we're going to create one of the applications of a coin acceptor that which light ups in every value of the coin. So we already created the project. So we will take a look how we set up the program with MCC. So we will open the MCC. So now it's loading. So as it loads, we can see what settings we did. So for the internal oscillator, which is in settings of the system module, we can see that everything is set in default. So it means that we will select the high frequency internal oscillator with internal clock of 4 MHz and a clock divider of 4. And the watchdog timer is enabled, and the low voltage programming is enabled. So going to our pin module, as we can see, LEDs represents 10 peso coin, 5 peso coin, and 1 peso coin. If we get an grid manager, we can see that it is set on output, which is port B0, port B1, and port B2. And the port A4 is set to input. This unlock and chain is related in setting up for programming our coin acceptor or the IC. So as we can see, the RBO, RB1, and RB2 is set up on output, and the IOC is not set up. Well, the GPIO coin has a check mark on weak pull up. So we never did this interrupt module. As you can see, we can see that we used a timer 0 module, which can be checked in the peripherals. So going back to this setting, we can see in setting up the timer 0, we will check the enable timer, and we set our prescaler to 1:1, postscaler of 1:1 with the timer mode of 8-bit, and the clock source is T0 CKI underscore pin, which means that the pulse that is being counted is being sourced, or they check the pulse in our input pin, and and when we click this setting, it is already by default, but we can click our enable timer interrupt for a callback function, but it's unnecessary to do that. So in our timer period, it's set to 2.56 milliseconds. So if everything is set, if we check the pin module, there is a new module which is TMR0 that merges with our GPIO in coin. So our input is already set up in uh, inner circuit. So we can click generate to set this up. So since this code is generated, so we can proceed the, to the code of the main.c. So just click the generate to generate the code. This MCC file. So as already the configuration is saved, then we will click to our main.c file for the program. So as we can see, this is the code. So first, we define a variable called count, which is in integer in 8 bits. So that is why the u int 8 underscore t count means we declare count is a variable. And inside this while loop, we can see that count is equal to timer 0 read timer, which the timer 0 will read the pulse or will read the or how many pulses or what the value of the coin is inserted to our coin slot. So as we can see, if the count is 10 and the LED 10 will set high or RB2, and it has a delay of 2 seconds, and then the timer, which is TMR0L, and the count equals 0 means to reset the timer again or to reset the value of count to 0. So if count is equals to 5 or 5 peso coin is inserted, the LED 5 will set high with a delay of 2 seconds and the timer will reset again. And that is the same function for when count is equals to 1, but this time LED1 will set high and the delay of 2000 milliseconds or 2 seconds, then the counter will reset to 0, which make the LED turn off. So uh if this any condition is not satisfied, all of the LEDs will turn off. So this is the code being used for the summative assessment or the program named Summative 2, enable to program RIC to detect the values of the coin being inserted in the coin slot. So we can see that we this project can be built by clicking this hammer tool, the hammer icon. As we can see, it's already building. So now we can see build successful, and it is ready to upload it on our IC to test it out. The code is already uploaded. We will try to light up our LED using a 10 peso coin. So this is the new one and this is the old one. So we will try first the new one. As we can see, the blue LED lit up, which represents the 10 peso coin. And now we are trying the old peso coin. As we can see, the blue LED lit up again. And now we will try to insert a 5 peso coin which lit up our green LED, or in the LED in the middle. So there are two editions of coin. The old version, which is the gold one, and the new edition, which is the new one. So we will try it first. So let's try the new one. As we can see, the green LED lit up, and the old one. So the green LED lit up again. And lastly, for we will light up our an LED which represents the 1 peso coin, which is the red LED. So there are two versions of the coin. This is the old one and the new one. So we will try first the new one. As we can see, red LED lit up. And if we try the old one, the red LED lights up again. There are as we can see, all of the LEDs have corresponding value that it will light up. This is the demonstration of the using the coin slot to determine the values of the coin with LEDs. Hope you like this video and see you again next time.